Okay, let's see if anybody's here. Nobody yet. Oh, much better. All right. Yep. I think it was probably an issue going to Facebook. I was going to both Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, I'm looking at it over here. That's a lot better. See if I can find that on my TV now while we're waiting on everybody to get back in. Here we go. I got it. Oh, wow. I really do look ugly. Okay. Got 8 people in here. So we're getting, I think that's what you look like. All right. So let's get back up here. That's better, better. Perfect now. Better. Lots better. Okay, good. What's up, T? Don't know. I didn't see you on there a while ago. So Sarge Rock, how you doing, sir? Yeah, you're right. Backyard. That's the first time I ever tried it. I was trying to do it on Facebook as well, and that's probably don't need to do that. Glad my wife has low standards. Yeah, thanks, Gordon. See, is Mark? Yeah, Mark, you might want to kick Gordon out. I'm just playing. Don't do it. So, guys, I went fishing today and had a heck of a day. It was not good. To start off with, went to where I've been catching them. We caught one there and nothing else. It's like the lake has totally changed. I jumped up and went 30 minutes up the lake to the north end in the stumps and started fishing there. And man, it was like a bunch of gypsies. Nothing was on trees, nothing was anywhere. I was fishing 10 foot of water there. And it's up in the spawning area, and just could not get them. So I tried one more place, a brush pile that I do usually during May. I figured, well, you know what? Let's just try it for the fun of it. Hit that one, and let me show you what we caught. Took my my brother and sister-in-law, and see those. We got I think 7 of those. Every one of them were almost 15 inches up to a 16 incher. So they were there today. It was pretty cool. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Temp is everything this time of year. Backyard caught all of his in 6 feet or less. That's good. Yeah, 6 foot. So anyway, yeah, these fish were huge, guys. I loved them. Let me stop the screen. Okay. I got 3 monitors here. I'm trying to figure out. I'm watching them all. Sorry. David Ray caught 4 today and was a struggle. What part of the country are you in, David? First time fishing adventure. Me and HK2 went Saturday, not one fish. Really? Yeah. You know what? I think it's like Mark said, the weather, or somebody said the weather, the temperature. Here in Texas, we've had a lot of rain over the last, 5 days, I guess. It was hot. Then it went down. Yesterday was freezing cold. Actually, Wednesday was cold too, if I remember right. Yeah, it was. It was cold. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and I had to pull my gloves out of the boat just to drive comfortably. And then today got up to 70. So Sarge Rock got, let's see, government shut down your spots. Wow. Oh, David Ray, Central Alabama. Okay. That's good to know. I'm just kind of curious, different parts of the country, how the fishing was and temps and stuff. So it looks like everybody's having pretty crappy weather right now. There are so many pieces social distancing on the lake. Man, I'll tell you, David, I went last Sunday. I think I talked about this on my birthday, and I was the first boat there at 7:45. When I came back again about noon, people were looking for parking spots. There were none. They were parking in RV spots, moving across the road. It was crazy. You can social distance on the lake. It's just not at the ramp, apparently. So skunked again today, trout fishing, trying to have my daughter catch her first ever trout. Oh, man. Yeah, just keep trying it, buddy. That's one thing she'll remember. Cold fronts kill the fishing. You're right. 23 today, bone sticks, crappie rods. 23 today, 4 to 15 foot of water. That's cool. Well, I don't know if you want to tell me what lake were you in, Bone Stick? Bruce Sumner, lots of limits out of Fork. They really? That's good to know. I've not fished Fork in quite a while. I've got to get up there and fish it. I tried last year and really, got skunked pretty bad. I hadn't fished that lake in 25 years and went to places that I knew I used to fish, but I couldn't find them because the trees were gone, and pretty bad. So David says it's been about 80 there through Tennessee. Okay. That's good to know. All right, guys. Let me look here. Well, I had some things to write about, but I forgot. So what are y'all seeing? Let's just throw this out there. And if y'all have any questions, by all means, throw them out there. Backyard bass, I need to get a decent crappie rod for a beginner. You know what, man? For a beginner, I gotta say I'm sponsored by ACC and they have great rods. They got small rods, but you got to make sure. And what are you gonna fish for? I don't know if you're bass fishing for your beginner or just crappie fishing, but I would probably, if you can, I don't know if you can, go to Walmart and get a cheap rod for now to make sure your son or daughter likes doing this. You can get a ACC for about $59. I will go ahead and say, I don't know if Bone Sticks crappie rods, if he has any small rods. I know he does have 10s and 12s, but I would probably just wouldn't spend a ton of money right now and get a cheap Walmart rod that's not, I'd probably say, and depending on how you're fishing, if you're vertical jigging or if you're throwing out or throwing out with a bobber, I would go ahead and get kind of maybe a medium pole, something that's going to give them I don't know, medium light, maybe something that's going to give them a little play, but not rip them out of the water, if you know what I mean. That's probably what I would go for, Backyard or Greg, because if they don't want to fish now, if they're going to fish, I go ahead and spend the money on a good rod, because if they can handle a decent sized rod, like my 11-year-old was fishing with that 12 foot. Now it wasn't the most comfortable for him, but he was fishing with that, and he did it. It's just a matter of practice, and he only caught one fish on it, lost one, but that's probably where I'd go. We can talk offline a little more on that too. So let's see. Heidi, me too. I think I missed something because I don't know what the me too is about. I'm sorry. Oh, Backyard. Yeah, crappie. Okay. Buck Chaser, how you doing? Try to join in. Having technical problems tonight for some reason. Viewing on cell phone. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you got in because I had to restart this thing. It was blurry because apparently I was going to Facebook as well. So I'm glad we got it fixed. It's for yourself. Oh, okay. I want something I can fish with at all ponds. Okay, you know what? I would probably say, man, Bone Stick, you feel free to jump in here. But once again, ACC guys, I am loving these ACC rods. And Backyard, I would say, I'd say a 7 to 8 foot pole if you're casting. Bone Sticks has a Bone Stick. I'm sorry, I was looking at his name. ACC Crappie Sticks has a 7 foot pole. They also have a 6 foot pole, I believe 6'5" and 7'5". I think I see Hook City just came on. I'll say something to you. And hey, Hook City, you can join in on, or you can help me out with this because I don't remember the exact lengths of the rods, but they have an 8-foot pole. Those are great casting rods. So if you're using a jig and a minnow, for instance, or live bait, a jig and a bobber, or live bait and a bobber, that's a good pole to get out there. And man, they feel great. So I would look at ACC. Sarge Rock just got his first ACC crappie stick. Hey man, how you like it, dude? I'm loving these things. It's for yourself, Mark. At least a 7-foot rod, fast tip to get distance with a jig. Yeah, I agree. Especially if you're casting, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd go any more than 8, because I think it's 7.5 is the length on that one. I just don't remember. Okay, Hook City said Fishing Cami at 4 handled the 8-foot ACC as well, or say ACC well. Okay, that's good to know. So they're light. I mean, they're Greg, they're a light rod. They're really easy to use. And like I said, you saw the video. My little boy at 11, he didn't know he got to hold it up, so he's reeling and the pole's going down because he's not pulling on it. But that was a 12-foot pole. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. So anyway, Ken, yeah. Hey, thanks for being in here, dude. I appreciate it. We've talked about, I'm going to show this picture again for Ken. y'all get to see a better version of it since it was blurry a while ago. So Ken, this is what we've been doing as we're locked in the house. Share the screen so you can laugh. Payal, we all got face masks. Woo! It was fun. It smelled good, but yeah, my skin was wonderful afterward. And there we go. My son was not happy about it, but yeah. So that's what we've been doing over here, Ken. Let's see. Bone Stick 7 spin cast rod is one of the great for beginners out there. Yeah, agree. Haven't got out. Oh, you haven't got it out yet, Sarge. I got you. Let me go back up here. I've missed a couple. Does my height make a difference when looking at length rod? You know, I don't length of a rod. I don't think so. Ken, if you want to join in on that, or Mark, any of you guys that have a question, I don't know how tall you are, Heidi, but I don't really think that's going to make a difference, especially with a 7-foot, 7.5 foot. I don't think that would be an issue. I'm sorry, I'm looking down there at something that was just said. You know which one's me, Ken. But yeah, and once again, the guys, this depends on what you're doing. So I'm vertical jigging. I know Ken's vertical jigging. Mark is casting because he's in a kayak, or he's bank fishing, and so he's going to probably use a shorter rod than Ken and I will, for instance. I like the 12-footer. I love the 12-footer. I used the 10 for a minute today because both of my in-laws had the 12-footers, and I liked it. You know, it's just so much easier for me I can just pitch out with it, or I can drop straight down. I'm not casting with that thing. That's a big difference. The 8-foot, I did cast with that. It's a little bit harder. So that's where I'm going to go with a shorter pole for casting. So it just kind of depends on what you're doing. But I don't think your height or length of your body is going to make a difference on the ride. Let's see. ACC has a 5.6 one-piece 6-foot. Hold on here. Let me just pop that up so you can see it for dock shooting. Yeah, 11-footer, and there's a 10 and 12. I don't have the 5.6. I have 2 6-footers, and I think it's 7.5. 2 of those as well. No, it's 8. I'm sorry, it is 8. So I've got 2 6-footers and an 8. I've used the 6-footers twice now, just checking, but that's going to be really my bridge trolling ones. So anyway, yeah, they're good. They're good rods, guys. Reminds you your Army days. Let's see. Which one is you? Yeah, I told you. You know that was. Yeah, don't mess with me. Autocorrect sucks. First time that's the picture I saw before you started the live. Yeah, that's what I figured. I put that on the deal just to make people go, what is that? That's what being stuck at home does to you. Y'all hit the like button. Thank you. Miss JT Outdoors. And yeah, okay. Heidi, Ken said, I'd say no. How much clearance? And yeah, you're right, Ken. That's a good point. How much clearance do you have if you plan on casting? So it depends on where you are. So like for me, when I fish under the bridge, I cannot use a 10. I cannot use a 10 or 12 pole or a foot pole. I'm not casting, I'm throwing out. But the thing is, I can't set the hook. When I bring it up, I slam the top of the bridge. So that's what you got to look at. But if you're in an open area, it shouldn't matter at all. Mark says the biggest thing would be where you're using it. Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about. Over trees, stuff like that. You need a shorter rod, 4/8. So yeah, I mean, I don't see that being an issue, Heidi. I really don't. Just like they said, the biggest thing is clearance. Where are you going to use it? You're going to use it on the side of a pond, under a tree. Then you want something smaller you can throw out there. If you're slap dab in the middle of the open, then you just don't want a 10-foot. You don't want a 12-foot for those casting. So let's see. Still fishing B&M poles, old rods for an old man. Hey, William, it doesn't matter, brother. If it works for you, it works for you. That's the way it is. And we're only old. Of course, I'm saying this, and I'm always saying I'm old, but we're only old when we say we're old. So just be a young man. For the beginner, keep it simple. David Neal, I shoot docks, so anything over 6 to 6.6 gets a little hard to handle. You're right when you're shooting docks, man. That's where those 6-footers are going to go that I'm using right now, or that I have. I got them strung, and I've thrown them out one time. What's up, PFG Fishing? How you doing, sir? Mike Reagan with a 12-foot rod you can keep from spooking. Yeah, and that's where we're going, Mike, with that. If you're using a longer rod, that's where you get to the vertical shooting and just kind of pitching out. But there's no casting with those things, really. I've done it, but it's not very good. So I'm good. Heidi, I hope we answered your question. If not, throw another one out there and we'll get it answered for you. Sergeant Rock, I use a 7-foot out of your kayak, looking to invest in 10 to 11 for trolling. Okay. Yeah. The biggest thing for you're in a kayak, so you got to make sure it fits without breaking that tip off somewhere. Fish don't care. You're right. They don't. So you beat on the bridges. Yeah. I just don't want to do that. I probably have 5 feet under my bridge of space to set a hook, and I don't do that. Well, guys, what are y'all seeing on the fishing? I told you what I saw today. They're still in spawn. Of course, the weather changed everything. The cold changed everything. Those fish were a bunch of gypsies running around. Nothing was sitting on trees. They were just swimming by faster than I can get a line down there. But I did find them on brush piles today, of all things, just sitting there. What are you guys seeing out where you're fishing? If you're even getting a fish, I hope you are. I know some states are shut down. Here in Texas, we're not yet. Don't foresee that happening, but hopefully it's going to be good for a while. So let me know what you're seeing. Mark takes one rod in his jack. What size rod do you take? The 8-footer, Mark? Like to travel light. Yeah, and man, I would travel 8-footer. Yeah, okay. I travel unlight in my bass boat. I'll just tell you, I've got 2 12s, 2 10s sitting there, rigged up, ready to go, hanging out the back of my bass boat. And then when you open up the rod locker, I've got 5 poles in there, and I actually cleared some out. So yeah, kind of I got a pole for everything, no matter what I want to do. So I kind of wanted to go out and try some dock shooting today, but I had somebody with me, so I didn't even fish. I took my in-laws out and let them fish, and they had a good time. I enjoyed watching them and teaching them live scope. It's kind of fun. Backyard bassing, same thing. Load the rod up, pull the jig back, aim, and let it slide into the dock or pontoons. Yeah, I'm ready to do some dock shooting, man. I really am. It's getting that time. Sorry, I was reading here. Well, guys, that's I know we hadn't been on a long time. It's only 30 minutes, but there's not a lot that I had to talk about today. I just I've been out there doing stuff and kind of working on a video. I got a video that I'm doing. Yeah, I don't want to show it to you because it's being approved right now. But if you guys ever listen to Christian music, there's a group called Petra out there, Petra, and I'm friends with the lead singer. They retired in 2005, but he has a solo career now. And anyway, I've got a video coming up that I did. Some stuff for him, trying to show one of his new albums, and I was able to use some of his music on there. We'll see if YouTube dings me on it, but that's okay. If I have to not get monetized for it, but pretty cool. If you have her, look up John Schlitt. It's www.johnw like JOHNWSCHLITT.com, and he's got his new music on there. It's he's a rock and roll singer, man. It's all Christian. Great singer. So y'all go check him out. But anyway, I'm working on that video. Hopefully, that will come out within the next week and a half. I want him to see it before I put it out there. But I forgot why I even went on that tangent. Let me look up here. Crappie were scattered on Lake Whitney, would not bite. They're also discharging water, so that makes them pull back into deep water. Okay, so 10, 15 feet. JT, that's where I've been catching all mine on Lake Palestine, is 10 or 15 feet. I went in the shallows one time and caught a carp in the belly. So I backed out. I've just been catching them there because they're on trees or just right on the bottom on the water. 4 I caught today were standing timber, about 12 water. Sunny day here, water temps in the high 60s. Females are still full of eggs. Okay, well, that's good. So you still have quite a bit of spawning to go then, David. All those ones that we caught today, give me a second here. I'll show you this again. I think some of y'all missed it. I'm going to show this screen. This is what was caught today. This was 4 of the ones that we caught today, and they were all that size. This one right here, I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but this one on the right of the screen, I think had eggs. I didn't clean them. They did, but the other ones were just kind of full. They looked like they had spawned out already. Could be wrong, but like I said, I didn't open them up. I think they were just kind of fat. So let me jump back up here. Robert, yeah, the ones I caught today were right about 10 feet. The water was 10 feet. They were about 6 to 8 feet deep on brush. I mean, literal brush piles. This is some of the stuff that I fish usually in May. And now our lake did it went down in temperature. I think it was 64 the other day, and surface temperature was 57 today. So it kind of went down on us. So I think that affected it as well. So let's see. Let me catch up. I'm kind of far behind here. How you doing, Angler Issues? Glad to see you in here, buddy. See, Rock Ocean Kayak. Okay, that's what he's doing. I think he was telling somebody. Let's see. I'm reading. Sorry. That's y'all talking to each other. Man, y'all having a whole conversation. Let's see. Looking to do some more down south from you. Okay. Crazy up there with all this. Few from where I grew up. Chicago blows the 20. Oh, yeah, I won't go there. So 58 mark was, yeah, so yeah, about the same. Have a good crappie day. Bring the live scope. You know what, dude? If I will do that, once we're released into the general public, I feel like I'm in prison. But once we're released into the general public, I will make a trip up there, brother. Greg, we'll get you and Tin Monty. We'll go out there and we'll find some crappie on that live scope, and heck, we might even try it with bass, man. I'm not sure how good that's going to do because I've never bass. Well, I don't know how to bass fish, so I'm not sure how the live scope will work with it. But I know people do use it, so we give it a shot. Well, once all this stuff figures out, we'll make a plan because I want to go up. I want to fish Reelfoot Lake again, which I plan to do probably December, January for sure. But I wouldn't mind getting out there when it's a little warmer. So maybe I can go up to Missouri, fish with you guys, and run down there. We can all run down there, whichever way. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, look, I don't have a whole lot to go on tonight. I know we had some technical issues a while ago, and glad we got it fixed. We're using that program that we used last time, so this is the second time we used it. So, hey, Ken, if you're on here still, don't share to live, don't share to Facebook and to YouTube. The quality was terrible. We had to stop this thing. It was blurry. They can hear me, but it was just blurry. And then once again, this may be part of YouTube. You know, we'll try this again after all this stuff is done. We're back to normal and see what happens. But anyway, I thank you for being on here tonight. I'll give y'all just a minute. If you got any questions, any comments you want to throw out there before we hang up. Yeah, we've been on about 40 minutes. So I don't know what else to say. I kind of talked about fishing today and what I'm seeing and what I've seen. It was a lot different than Wednesday, but come over to East Tennessee and we can maybe hook up with Wire for Crappie. Man, I'm definitely doing that, David. We have talked, Matt and I have talked about getting up there and fishing. And I forgot you're close to him. I think you're a little north of him, if I remember right. But yeah, I'm going up there. So yeah, maybe we can make that happen. Angler dude, thank you again, sir. Thank you again. Striper Fishing, Rattan Bay tomorrow. Okay. Man, I appreciate the super chat. And there's another one, Robert Johnson. Sir, thank you, both of you guys, for the super chats. They really help. I promise you. You know, I've got just a separate account that all this is going into, and I'm using, well, the YouTube stuff. I'm giving a portion of it to my nonprofit. That's what we're doing, to Lone Star Warriors, to help with combat injured vets, and then this stuff right here, we're going to be using that for crappie fishing, guys. These trips, I'm retired, and these trips going to Tennessee and stuff like that, so I'm not always fishing the same lake. You guys get to see something different. They cost money, and that's what this stuff's going to. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so M&K Outdoors is close there as well. Rock every day, Sunday, 7:30. That's right. We may, at some point in time, once we start getting later days, we may move this back to 8 o'clock, just because I don't want everybody to have to come in from mowing the yard or what have you, leave early while it's still light. I want to make sure we still have a lot of time in here. Oh my gosh, that dang cat. They jump on everything. Anyway, I want to make sure everybody has a good time and can get on. So we may move it back to 8 o'clock when it gets a little bit lighter. We'll see. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Yardley, man, I appreciate it. Stay healthy to you too as well. And let's see. William, thank you, sir. Thanks for saying thanks for my service. William, are you a vet as well? Do I remember that? Thanks for hosting, Sarge. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being on here. Heidi Clark, thank you, ma'am. You have a good evening as well, and stay safe. That's why while I'm waiting for William to answer that question, if he's still here, guys, here, let me just say this real quick. Be safe out there. If you're not wearing a mask, whether it's just something that you're putting over your face, a couple pieces of material even, it helps. I heard a report here. I can't tell you where it was, but somebody in Walmart admitted that they had the dang virus, and they're running around there with their kids in Walmart. That is stupid. We'll never get this thing. We'll be under quarantine till next year if people don't start staying home. Now, I'm going fishing, and yes, I am. But, guys, I got a full tank of gas. I got a full tank of gas in a boat, and I drive there, put my boat in, jump out, drive home. So, I'm outdoors. I'm not shaking hands with people, and just be safe. Just be safe. Let me catch. I saw a couple things here. Trying to pick all the crappie off before your son can catch some. Yeah. Mike, I appreciate that. Yeah, actually, I need to take my son now fishing. So that was my grandson I took fishing. I think you watched catching stripers. Okay. Man, I need to go striper fishing too. Okay, wait, hold on. Angler, I asked you a question. No, that was William. Sergeant Rock, 24 years, retired Army. Hey, buddy, I made 24 years as well. 24 years, 9 months, and 18 days to be exact. Sad that I know that. I have no idea how many minutes and seconds, but I appreciate your service, sir. Thank you. And thanks for defending this great nation. Thank you. BDK, back in the day, Camp Hovey, last duty station. Where's that? Camp Hovey. Oh my gosh, Cat, stop. William, no, but all my brothers were. Hey man, I appreciate it. Here's the thing: as a veteran, we get told thank you a lot, and it's kind of uncomfortable because the military was a job for me, just like if I worked at UPS, for instance. I know there was it depends on what part of town you're delivering to, but it's a job. We did what we did and made a commitment to do it, and that's what it was. It was had a good time doing it. 90% of it was fun. Well, maybe 80% of it was fun, and anyway, we did it. Oh, South Korea, second ID. Okay, awesome. We had somebody, I don't remember who it was in Afghanistan that was second ID. We had some units from there. When I was there in Afghanistan, I was with the 82nd. Been a while. Golly, I found one of my old PT cards. For those of y'all who don't know what that is, physical training. But you had a card that told how many push-ups, sit-ups, and everything else you did, and it listed your weight and height. And I'm looking at that thing going, man, that was in 1991 at 166 pounds. I think I had like 2% fat on me, and boy, if I can get down to 180, I'd be happy right now. So, dude, can y'all hear those dang cats? I hope not. They really are. They've been sleeping this entire time till I started doing this live, and now they're just running through here. I've got a bunch of Amazon boxes that I unpacked from this microphone, and got hard drives to back up all my stuff, and I just hadn't moved them. They're playing with bubble wrap. 10% was fun, Sergeant Rock. Man, I was the opposite way. I enjoyed mine. I enjoyed most of my time. Even sitting around, I don't know, man. I just wasn't. I didn't have to be doing something all the time. But when I had a job, I wanted to let's get it done and move on. But well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Thanks for being a part of this. For my super chats, guys, thank you so much. Robert Johnson, Angler Issues, I appreciate that. And retired 1999. Yeah, I was 2011, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate the super chats, guys. Thanks for being a part of this. As always, you know, this is something I like to do, but without you guys being a part of this, it would just be, well, kind of boring. I make the videos to have a good time. And Hook City, I served in the Army of the Lord. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Ken, for serving our one true Baker. It's the way it is. You know what? I wonder if I'm not gonna do this on here. Anyway, next Sunday, guys, definitely we'll be on there, and I'll have a little more to talk about and go from there. So, guys, love you all. Thanks for being a part of this. And if you can, get your lines wet. If you can't fish, then change your line. Restring your poles. Organize your jigs. Make it happen, guys. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. We'll see you next Sunday. Have a good night, guys.